Well, hello there. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in England. This video is broadcasting live at 1:35 p.m, 35 minutes past 1 in the afternoon on Sunday the 26th of March 2017. Just wanted to make this video to basically say thank you to all my students, colleagues, friends, group members and all the people that I know that have jumped on board and expressed an interest in taking part with the Help Reduce Male Suicide Rates and Male Mental Health Issues campaign that my friend, colleague and hypnosis student Phil Steele in Merseyside, Liverpool, England launched on a proper scale yesterday morning, and it's gone bonkers crazy. Loads of therapists have jumped on board. That's great. All over the world, which is even better because that's the idea. Up front, let me tell you, in a moment I will explain how to get involved, but there is a group to join for this, for therapists, okay? For therapists who want to get involved, whether you're a hypnotherapist, a NALPer, an EFT, an energy therapist, it doesn't matter what your therapy discipline is, okay, that doesn't matter, but if you're a therapist and you would like to get involved in Phil Steele's Help Reduce Male Suicide and Male Mental Health campaign, the importance of which is explained at the link that I'm going to post above this video. So just let me refresh my page here, and I'm just going to click edit, and I am going to put in there some information and links. Now this is very, very important information and links, and let me check, it's there now. So if you click refresh, you should have the information above or below this video, depending on where you're looking. Now, the first link you'll see on there is a link that will take you to Phil's original kind of appeal video, appealing for therapists around the world to get involved and give either one-to-one or group or even virtual online treatment sessions for free as a one-off event to help men with mental health problems and help reduce mental health issues in men and hopefully help reduce male suicide rate. At that link as well, you'll also see my video where I explain the importance of this, because statistics show and evidence out there shows that men are 3 times more likely to commit suicide than women. Hence, this is a campaign targeted towards helping men, although there are some people who are going to kind of model this campaign and do it focused to helping women. So don't worry about that. And of course, the virtual stuff at the first link on above or below this, there's also a virtual online treatment session there for anyone who happens to see this video and think, yeah, I'd like some therapeutic help. Well, there's a virtual online treatment session there that's especially useful for people who perhaps are currently housebound, okay? And no doubt there'll be other therapists along the way announcing virtual online treatment sessions or live Skype or Facebook video or Zoom video treatment sessions. So, the next important thing above or below this video is that link again, because it will explain to you from Phil's own mouth. His original video is there explaining what the campaign is all about and how to get involved. The next important thing is that amongst the links above or below this video, there is one there that basically says, tag me by name inside the group here, or further up it says, join the official group for therapists, Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis Group. Okay, the group is called Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis Group. The link is above or below this video, and it basically is the group where if you are a therapist and you want to get involved with helping men to overcome their mental health issues, I'm also pasting it below the video so it's above and below the video when you click refresh. That is the group to click to request to join if you're a therapist, okay? It's not for members of the general public, okay? It will make no sense to you if you're a member of the general public. It's not the group where we're going to actually be helping people. That's the group where therapists are going to network with each other, support each other. It's the group where on Tuesday, the 28th of March next week, the example press release that Stephen Miller and his colleague, sorry, I've had a mental block on name, but I apologise, but Stephen Miller and his lady colleague are putting together an example press release, media kit that therapists who are getting involved can use and basically use as a template to get media coverage on their local TV, radio, newspaper and magazines and whatnot, to help get people to their group events or their online virtual events or their one-to-one sessions that you'll be giving free by way of supporting this campaign to help reduce male mental health issues and reduce the male suicide rate. Or obviously you can slightly adapt that press release if you're one of those people who's decided you're going to do this targeted aiming to help women. Or I would suggest next week you concentrate on male mental health, because that's where the campaign and the media interest will be focused and directed at. So with that in mind, in that group, when you've joined it, you'll find in the files section, but I put the links above or below this video, it's just that they won't work for you till you're a member of the groups. You have to join the group first, but once you are a member of the group, there are 6 links above or below this video where you can download the 6 Word documents that make up the template for a suggested, and we say suggested because you may have your own session that will work wonderfully, that is focused in such a way that it will help all men with all levels of psychological, emotional and mental health issues. However, most people haven't. So I've included, there's a 6-part thing you can download that's got the script, it's got legal protocols to follow, health and safety information to follow, it's got how the session's structured, and it's my complete mind therapy, non-specific treatment script. It's worded in such a way that the client has to fill in certain blanks for themselves inside their mind, and because of that it removes certain potential legal issues from yourself because you're not directly suggesting certain things to them, and it means that they fill in the blanks in a way that feels completely right for them, and thus therefore, because it's completely right and feels right for them, it's safer ultimately from an emotional and psychological point of view, and it's also more effective because it will be filled in a way that's completely specific and laser targeted for them. You can use this by all means in the manner explained within the 6 documents. You can download at the links once you've joined the Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis group. Now, the real reason for this video is to point out some very important legal points to remember, okay? If you're a therapist and you join the Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis group at the link above or below this video, and then you download the 6 Word documents or the zip file with the details of how to do that session. It's also what they call a content free. You don't need any information from the client, which makes it ideal for doing group sessions because everyone will obviously have different underlying causes. You don't need to do that or know that with this CMT session. That's why it's so perfect for this particular project, okay, and campaign. Now, there are some very important legal points. These are things that cover you from a legal point of view, a health and safety point of view, and a duty of care. Because even though you'll be giving these sessions for free, whether you're a professional, an amateur, or a part-timer, okay, you still have a legal duty of care towards the people who participate. And there are still health and safety laws for you to abide by, and in certain countries of the world there are certain laws. So, rather than going into the depths of all of them, because there are so many things, what I've done is I've taken the things that are most important and relevant to this, and I put them in bullet points above or below this video, okay? I would suggest, ideally, that this video, when it is shared into the Men's Suicide Prevention group later, I will tag Phil Steele and Stephen Daly, whose inspiring story, if you don't know about that, I'll post a link later to the blog. It's inspiring. I know it inspired Phil to put this campaign together, was one of the reasons. So thanks for being the inspiration. I'm going to tag them both in the group and say, look, pin this post at the top of the page, because this video explains the legal stuff and well, here we go. I'm going to read them out and briefly explain each point. Some very important legal points to remember. Ensure, and I'm going to read this word for word and elaborate, ensure that anyone and everyone who may be under the age of 18, that's relevant to England, United Kingdom, UK, because of the 1952 Hypnotism Act, says you cannot hypnotise people under the age of 18 without parental consent, or whatever the relevant age of legal consent for participation in a hypnotherapy session is in your country, has got parental consent before they attend and or take part in any live sessions. Now, I know in some countries you can't call it hypnotherapy. You know, in certain states in America, you have to call yourself a consulting hypnotist, so bear that in mind as well. But the point is, whatever you call it, and can legally call it in your country, ensure that only people who are of a legal age to be legally able to participate, attend and take place. That's important point number one. In terms of virtual online treatment sessions, so whether it's a pre-recorded video that you bought on YouTube or your website, or it's something you do maybe via Facebook video messaging, or Skype or Zoom video messaging or whatnot, in terms of virtual online sessions, be sure that any relevant age restrictions are mentioned in the advertising before the event takes place, and that you also mention such at the start of the session should you wish to cover yourself 100% from all angles. So the recording will show that you did warn people that there may be legal age restrictions in their country and they should only take part if they're of that age, above that age, or they have got parental consent and somebody of a legal age is present with them. Okay. Next. Ensure that you have correct, valid and up-to-date public liability and professional indemnity insurance cover that covers you for what you will be doing. E.g., some policies do not state that they cover for group sessions. They're for just one-to-one therapy sessions. And some policies do not cover for virtual online Skype or video sessions. So be sure to check the wording of your policy, check that out and rectify as necessary in advance so that you are insured and covered properly when you do your sessions. Next, remember to make it clear that you do not have any medical qualifications and are not a medical GP. Unless you genuinely are, of course, and that's a different matter. But do not mislead, because that could be considered as fraud. And that you are neither, make it clear that you're neither able to legally diagnose or prescribe in any manner. You're merely offering them tools to help themselves. The key phrase that Phil Steele used is that you're going to do sessions to teach people self-hypnosis techniques so that they can help themselves. We'll cover that slightly more later. Some countries, next point, e.g. areas of USA, for example, you are not allowed to advertise or call yourself a hypnotherapist. And often the term consulting hypnotist is used instead. So be sure to check out what your country's particular laws have to say on the matter. Okay? Next. Whether it's a live, in-person, face-to-face session or event, or a virtual online event, in either case you would be wise to video record the entire session. Just let people know that it's for legal and insurance purposes only and will not be broadcast in any manner. In other words, you'll keep it private and confidential. And then keep the video on file from the live event or video. And if it's an online event, then you can use screen capture software to video it. Hopefully it'll never be needed, but that would act as solid proof and evidence of what you did do during the session, and more importantly, what you didn't do, so people can't make false claims against you for negligence or anything like that. If you use my non-specific complete mind therapy treatment script, it's so worded that the client will fill in certain blanks for themselves. And they'll fill them in such a manner that feels right for them. And that's the key. Because it feels right for them, it will be right for them, and therefore it will be more specific for them inside their mind. It will be safer and more relevant and ultimately more effective for them. And all 6 parts of the Complete Mind Therapy section structure are in those 6 documents you can download at the links above or below this video once you've joined the Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis group. And you're free to use that session structure for this event, please just credit me as the script consultant, Dr. Jonathan Royal, but the details are in the links. Okay, and trust me, that session works for practically any issue that people have from A through to Z or A through to Z if you're in America. And I've got thousands of students around the world who already use this on every issue you can think of, and it works remarkably well for them, and it will do for you too. Next point, if doing any online or virtual sessions or recordings, be sure that you state at the beginning of the recording or the live video transmission or whatever, that people should not participate if they are operating any form of mechanical machinery, driving, or doing anything else that could prove potentially dangerous whilst having their eyes closed. Very important safety point. I'm going to actually click edit on this now, and I'm going to add one more point in there, okay? This is coming live because I've just remembered one key point I've left out of there. So on that, if doing any, they shouldn't do it with any machinery. Next point, make sure everybody is told at the start of the session that if they are currently on any psychotic or psychiatric style medication or have any doubts whatsoever about the medication they are taking or their current state of mind, comma, that in that circumstance they should not participate in the session without first seeking advice and permission to attend and participate from their medical GP and or other assigned mental health professional and or social worker, etc., that they may currently deal with. And then after that, if not currently assigned any professional mental health worker and or not currently seeing a medical GP, comma, if in they would be wise to do so as a matter of priority. Always instruct, advise, seeking medical. We can't obviously be there to ensure that they do, but by stating such in advertising and at the start of your sessions and all this, that, the other, helps cover you legally because it'll be on the video, so that then you're also abiding by duty of care laws and not being negligent in any manner. Next point, and at the end of any session be sure to count them up out of it properly and steadily from at least 1 through to 10. Some people do 1, 2, 3. Why do I? No, at least from 1 to 10. The wording for which example is in the 6-part document that you can download from the Men's Suicide Prevention with Hypnosis group. Ensure that they feel better than they did at the start of the session. Very important. Next, it would also be extremely wise to give them access to an audio MP3 recording at the end of the session and advise them to listen to it every day for the next 28 days, because habits tend to take 28 days to form and new thinking patterns are instilled properly within 28 days, so it will help water the positive plants, the positive seeds that the session will put there. As Emile Koo proved with his phrase, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. So if they've got something to reinforce the work that you do with them, then that shows that you care and also helps from a duty of care and avoidance of being accused of being negligent point of view. So, in all cases, make it clear that people who are taking any form of medication should continue to do so until a medical GP has advised them otherwise. And also encourage anyone who is depressed and or suicidal who is not currently seeing a medical GP to consult with one as a matter of priority. Very important points. Next, as a professional, you have a legal duty of care to abide by, and thus, as well as giving them a backup audio MP3 to continue and positively strengthen the work done in this session, make it clear that they can contact you by phone, email, etc. should they feel the need to do so for any reason. That way you can never be accused of being negligent. You're there to help. Next point. Should they contact you after the session, okay, and you have any doubts whatsoever, and indeed even if you don't have any doubts, take the opportunity again to make it clear that people who are taking any form of medication should continue to do so until a medical GP has advised them otherwise, and also encourage anyone who is depressed and or suicidal who is not currently seeing a medical GP to consult with one as a matter of priority. Okay? Obviously abide by client confidentiality in all manners. Next point, abide by all standard health and safety laws, e.g. some examples. Make sure that any chairs at your event are steady and safe. They're not going to collapse. There's no wires people can trip up over. That people know where the fire exits are in case of emergency. Any PA equipment you might be using for a group session has been PAT tested for electrical safety. In other words, ensure it's a safe environment and experience for all involved and concerned. I would suggest for posters in the UK, certainly, and possibly elsewhere as well, on the bottom of them and on all advertising, but in a phrase such as volunteers and participants who must be aged 18 or over participate of their own free will during this demonstration of hypnotic style phenomena, which is presented strictly for scientific and research purposes only. There's more scientific evidence that hypnosis does not exist and is just a placebo than there is that it exists. Let's not get into that debate here. But here's the point. If it's clearly stated that it's a demonstration of hypnotic style phenomena, it says when deciphered, it's saying it's style, it's like, it looks like hypnotic phenomena, therefore it's not. In other words, you've got further legal coverage and protection because you never really hypnotised anyone due to the fact hypnosis doesn't exist. All you're using is an eyes closed relaxation process combined with creative visualisation to help the person. And that's a far better phrase than saying you're hypnotising them. Say that you're using an eyes closed relaxation process combined with creative visualisation techniques to help the person reprogram their personal neck-top computer. Also, in the case of virtual online sessions or sessions via video conferencing, be sure to tell them right at the start that in the event of a power cut, their battery going or other reason for the internet connection or live video feed breaking down, that it will not bother, worry or concern them in any manner, but instead it will act as a positive sign and a signal that they are continuing to take control of all feelings, thoughts, emotions and situations in a far more positive manner, and after a few minutes of no connection to the internet, they will be able to open their eyes and feel better than they did before in a way that feels right to them. Okay, if you've got any questions about any of this other stuff, join the men's suicide prevention with hypnosis group, and then tag me by name, Alex William Smith, in that group, and ask your questions, and I will happily answer them so that you can get involved in a safe, legal, ethical, insured, health and safety compliant, duty of care compliant manner. So with that in mind, when this video ends, please do share it with everybody you know, all your therapist friends. Share it in groups, and let's get as many therapists involved. Well done to Phil Steele for this initiative, Stephen Daly for being so inspirational, inspiring Phil, and well done in advance to everyone who gets involved. Thank you for watching. Happy Mother's Day to everyone, and good luck with the campaign.